Hey YouTube, here going to talk about things going on in the world around us. This time, my Wonder Woman spoiler review. I will tell you when the spoilers are coming, but if you haven't seen the movie yet, you should, because it's good. To preface this entirely, it's the best DCU movie. That's an easy decision to make. Close to second, obviously, Man of Steel, but this is good. That's not to say it's perfect. It has a lot of issues, and I'll cover some of that ground here. But I'll give it to you in this order. First, what I liked. Second, what I didn't like. And third, I'll close out in DCU stuff. So first, what I liked. I liked a lot of this movie. This movie was very good in a lot of ways. Most of all, I think visually. There was definitely a lot of work put in production and post-production of this movie to make it look amazing and colorful and spectacular and superhero-y. So if you want to go see a movie that's like a superhero movie that's visually stunning, Wonder Woman's a great movie to see. That being said, if you want to see a World War I epic at the level of Lawrence of Arabia, it's not gonna be this, because the story does have some issues. More of what I like, though, I think the directors really understood Stephen Trevor's role in Wonder Woman's development, and they played that perfectly. And Chris Pine's portrayal of Stephen Trevor was great. And the director and writers really understood the decisions and the motivations behind Stephen Trevor's character. Wonder Woman, pretty straightforward, so it's hard to get her origin wrong. But in my opinion, it's hard to... I mean, it's easy to do it the way they did it this way. And that's how I'll transition to what I didn't like. First and foremost. And you're going to see this movie, you're going to understand spoilers. Wonder Woman starts the same as every DCU movie. And I'll talk about that later. But it has a lot of exposition in the beginning. A lot of exposition in the beginning. Too much. Way too much. In fact, the guy sitting next to me on my left in the movie theater falls asleep in the first 15 minutes of the movie. Yeah, I went to a showing past 10 o'clock. But, this guy was out early because of the excessive exposition. Don't need that much exposition. We don't need to know every little detail about Themyscira in order to understand Wonder Woman. If you cut it in half, it would have been a much better picture. And another thing I didn't like about the beginning of the movie, that little girl did look a lot like Wonder Woman grown up, and that little girl was cute, but she spoke perfect English, British English. And then that little girl who speaks British English is going to grow up to have, and all the other Amazonians around her speak perfect English, then she's going to grow up to have Gal Gadot's accent. I'm sorry, that doesn't make sense. But another issue with that, you could totally have fixed that if you just gave the Amazonians Gal Gadot's accent. So it explains, spoiler alert, a little girl who's not an Amazonian, who had a British accent, whose brother, I won't say that. Spoiler alert. Too much of a spoil. But has a British accent, and then grows up to lose the accent, that would have made sense. Sorry about adjusting my phone here. Other thing I didn't like, here's a perfect example of this. A little bit of clunkiness in the story. Yeah, I was saying Stephen Trevor's is helping develop Wonder Woman, but another thing helping develop Wonder Woman as a character is she's meeting people throughout. And I'll say that happens in the first and second acts, which the second act is perfect almost. It's very nice development from Wonder Woman, and in my opinion, the most beautiful part of the movie is the second act. Then you get to the third and the fourth act, and it's just clunky. The third act, there's a part where they break into a gala, and that's my knee, that's gross. There's a third act where she breaks into a gala, and That's weird how they get in easily. And then from the gala, run out of the gala with a sword. No one notices. And then run what had to be like 20 miles because there was a chemical bomb attack coming from the gala to there. And then Wonder Woman, that looks disgustingly bad. Like low budget action movie bad. Hong Kong from the 70s action movie bad. The transition from the gala to that town. Then get to the town, and then it's big orange cloud everywhere that Wonder Woman's crying in, and there's like one body, and then Chris Pine shows up and he's like coughing, and then Wonder Woman's like mad at Chris Pine for some reason. It's very clunky and really subtracts from the story. Because then next thing you have is the fourth act, which there is a twist in there, which is nice. And then right after that, after the twist, the actual villain has one power, and you think, oh, this is going to be cool. This is finally going to be different than all the other DCU movies. And then it's not. Then the big bad ends up having superpowers, and then it's just it's just a battle between our superhero and the supervillain, like Dragon Ball Z style. I don't mind. I love Dragon Ball Z. You guys know me. I love Dragon Ball Z. But if you have a story like this, and you've had every DCU movie have an ending like this, it starts getting a little old. Batman v Superman ends with Doomsday having a big, huge fight for 20 minutes with him. And Man of Steel had a fight between Superman and Zod. And Suicide Squad had a fight between the Suicide Squad and the Enchantress. And it was a big action special effects ending that really could have been done differently. I understood the intention. But to go back a little bit, since we've passed spoiler territory, obviously, Stephen Trevor's part and his sacrifice, which really was beautiful the way they did it. That was perfectly shot and perfectly written. Minus this, Wonder Woman had already almost, it seemed, fully developed as a character. Her powers were fully realized like right away. And there's like no development from that sacrifice of him other than her already discovered decision to protect humanity. That was what was ultimately lacking, is if we had Wonder Woman kind of on the fence about mankind and more on the, yeah, humanity sucks, why would I protect them? That would have put way more weight to the ending that actually happened, which is Wonder Woman deciding to defeat the God of War. And it's unfortunate they didn't go with it, because now it feels again like a generic DCU movie, which is starting to feel really old. And to me, Marvel movies haven't gotten old yet because they feel unique. DCU movies, they all starting to feel the same, even if Wonder Woman is better. So I grade this a B-. It would have been a B+ if it weren't for the third act